in the black community, in the dating world, you're always having this same old problem. And I link a lot of problems just to immaturity and people dealing with some mental health issues. And we as men should not even be engaging a lot of this. And I'll tell you why. Case in point, this video we're about to review. So Future, you know what Future represents, a Pookie and Ray Ray. And of course they use Russell Wilson as the, archetype of a good guy. We know Russell Wilson is very problematic in some ways, especially with the Sierra dress thing. And I'm not really going into him, but he's talking about the archetype of a decent dude, not full of tattoos. He's very accomplished, that sort of thing. Just overall decent dude, not a criminal. But let's go ahead and review this.
You got moms, they're not teaching their son the right thing. Like, teach your son to be a king. Society right now, it's okay to be a Future. Like, it's bad to be Russell. Like, it's okay to be a good man.
Yeah, I do love him.
And see, that's what it is. We have unfortunately, a lot of sisters in our community love Future, or men like Future, okay? And some of them look down on brothers who are trying to get a business. A brother who's trying to be college educated. A brother that's not full of tattoos. A brother that don't dress a certain way. He dressed different. Because we're not all going to be the same. They got brothers that can't stand wearing Jordans, but they may wear another brand of shoe. And when these women get what Future brings them, then later down the line, they want to come to you. Later, the so-called Russell, right? Because the so-called Russell is always greater later, just in life. Because it takes time to build. But let's continue.
I ain't gonna lie.
Nobody want no Russell.
So you said nobody want a Russell, right?
No.
Why you say that?
Everybody has Russell in their DM right now. He probably can't.
So you remember how many times I've told y'all that these women have a lot of decent men come their way? You remember I always told you that? And they even admitting that, hey, I got decent men in my DM right now. But they will dismiss all the decent men and go after the Future. And then when Future put a baby in her, sometimes 2 or 3, then she wants you to come around and play stepdaddy. And this is what I want you men to say is, nope, I don't play stepdaddy. Go and find your baby daddy. Go talk to him. Because if you stop playing stepdaddy, then they are halfway start thinking before they start laying down and making babies with Future. But let's continue.
Can't satisfy. He look like his tool is trash. Like, he don't know what he doing. He just don't look like a vibe. Yes, I'm sorry. It ain't no spark, no spunk there.
So y'all
no
rather
rust.
they got
I'm
multiple
not
baby
saying
mamas
I'm
that
not.
treat women.
Whatever. Future's a little bit more exciting.
And you see they said Future is more exciting. They automatically think the worst about a decent dude. But see, those same females right there, and this is a kicker. Let that man down the line, either he goes and he travels out of the United States and go get him a wife overseas. And then they see him with his wife from overseas, even if the woman is an African woman, because they also complain about African women too. Don't think that they just, if they Filipino or they Thai or they somebody else like that, or they're from Colombia or whatever. No. They would even complain if they are African women, because they look at African women as different than them. If that brother get him a woman from overseas, then he gonna say, well, you passed up all the women here to go way overseas to get a woman? But when he wanted you wanted Future. Or on the flip side, if he dates a woman, he gets with a Puerto Rican, or he gets with a Asian here, or an Arab, or Indian, or, I don't really support this. I really, it's a lot of issues, and I've talked about this before, getting with Becky and her crowd. That's one relationship that I just think black men, no matter what your position is never going to end up well for you. Ask Jonathan Majors about that. but some of them do. So you get in those relationships, and then those same women that want a future is going to be angry at you and say, oh, you going to go get her, but you passed up all these black women. But wait a minute. When he wanted you, ma'am, you want a future. When he was in your DMs, ma'am, you dismissed him because you were waiting for a future. See, they always want to show up at the finish line. They don't want to go through the growth process. They don't want to go through the building process with these brothers. They only want to show up when the product is done. And what you don't see early, some other women may see something good in that man early and see where he's going to go. And sometimes they get with him in the building process. You can never have foresight with a man. All you see is what you see right then and there. You have no right to get upset. If you was on that, I'm wanting future, I want to date Pookie and Ray Ray. You have no right to get upset. You have no right to lay claim to no man, especially when you were rejecting them. Because there were some decent men in the community that came to you and you didn't want them. Not whatsoever. That's why I never feel sorry for them when they saying all that, because I know good and well there were good men that came to them. Why is it in this community you always want to take on some trash instead of saying, let me get the decent man and check out of the game early while I'm young and in my prime? Let me get married. Let me have a family. No, you want to play the game with future. And then you get in your 30s, all of a sudden now you get an epiphany. And now you're all like, well, yeah, I'm looking for a good man now because, those kind of men are horrible. What, after a kid or two later, you just figured that out? You wouldn't have had kid number one if you'd have dealt with a decent man from the beginning. But that's your crazy mentality, is that you think Pookie and Ray Ray is better than a decent man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about what these women are saying. Like I said, their mentality represent a lot, unfortunately, and it's shown in the out of wedlock birth rates.